I've got a fun one for you today. We're going to look at some prison life stories. All right, let's just jump right into it.
When I first started my term, an old man told me this would get easy with time. But now that I've been here for a few years myself, I can honestly tell you that it doesn't. Every day wasted in here is a day you never get back. And the truth is, some of us gonna make it home, but some of us gonna die in here. In a cell just like this one. Value your freedom.
Value your freedom, 100%. Look at that. Look at that cell, man. That place is just like a dump. Jesus, it's like living in literally a hole in the wall third world country. These are gonna get nuts. Let's keep it going. What the hell? Hey, at least they let them have a good time in there messing around on TikTok.
Yes, sir. Doing time. Fuck the feds, baby. It is what it is. I'll be home soon.
Prison cell views. This is an example of a federal prison, what it looks like looking out of the second tier window, looking out into the dorm. Now there's two tiers here. You can see showers on the floor, first floor, second floor over here. Everybody always asks what they look like. That's it. You have a door. You can see out the top. You can see under the bottom, but your body is covered. They're walking around in the day room down here. The phones are down there. The emails are down there. But people are always curious, what does it look like in the federal prison? Now, they all don't look the same, obviously, but the general conception of them is the same. We're always going to have the same type of showers, same types of phones, things like that. Now, when you're up in your cell, obviously, he's not locked down. He's just got the door closed, probably hanging out on the phone, giving a little view, showing you what it's like. This is just a prison cell view from federal prison.
Wow. Yeah, and that's their whole life right there. You got the exposed shower. Somebody could come get you in there. That seems a little dangerous. You got a little floor where you can hang out. Prison life sucks. Don't go to prison. What else is going to happen? Keep watching.
Everything he got is mine. He's a thief. But he's a whole nine. So come on. Don't give nothing else. You won't be paid. I'm telling you. You get paid.
That's yours?
He just got himself into a situation that he can't get out of. This is an example of when you steal in prison. But this guy ain't just stealing just because he's a klepto. He's stealing because he's trying to feed his addiction, that crave for tune, that zombie stuff I've been telling you about. And now this man right above me has made him his bitch. What does that exactly mean? That means he belongs to this man forever. And this guy just made an announcement saying, if you give this man any rugs or contraband, you will not get paid, because that is his punk, his girl, and whatever other words they call you in prison. That's why I tell you, these guards don't care. They let it happen all the time. These guys are laughing in the background because they're used to this behavior.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yet another reason not to go to prison. You're going to end up being somebody's bitch. Or you're going to get your own bitch. Either way, it's stupid and sucks. Wow.
Not all prisons are the same, but for GP prisons in Southern Nevada, these are shower shoes. It is mandatory that you wear these while you are in the shower. Some units in some prisons, like High Desert, there's a buddy system where you cannot go to the shower by yourself. You got to be on the buddy system where somebody goes with you while you take a shower, and then you guys swap and you keep pointing while they're in the shower. It's so nobody could sneak up on you. And it is mandatory that when you are not in your cell, locked down, or in the shower, that you have shoes on. A lot of places have mandatory workouts, and you always got to show your paperwork.
I feel like I wear my shoes almost all the time, but I mean, in prison, why do you have to be told to wear your shoes? That floor is dirty and disgusting. Of course, why would you not wear your shoes?
As soon as you hit the tier. A lot of people say if you want to know what it's like to live inside of a prison cell, just lock yourself in your bathroom. But honestly, this is bigger than a lot of cells that I've had. And you definitely don't have a bath and a shower. Although I did have a shower in my cell in the infirmary at Ely Max. Well, I guess if I were to lock myself in here, I can relate to what it's like to live in a box. But I would not be able to relate to pacing this floor back and forth, looking at the cell door, counting down the minutes for chow time because you didn't get commissary and you're starving, hoping to be able to take a shower, hoping to be able to at some point get some fresh air. wondering, is it going to crack off when the cell pops open?
Yep, something is always going to happen. It's a dangerous, violent place. Okay, let's see what the next one is. It's going to be nuts.
Broke, indigent, or have no money in prison. Let's get into this. My name is Chris. I did 16 years, 11 months behind the wall, unfortunately, from 2003 to 2020, from level 4s on down. I did over 3 years in solitary confinement, and I think I can speak about this. Regardless to most popular belief, everybody in prison is not balling. Everybody does not have a substantial amount of money or somebody riding with them, including just to have family members. Some people are really on an island in there. Some people have no money, nothing coming in. And on top of that, they may not even be able to get a prison job. They have zero to their name. When this happens, at least where I was at in the system, they do have the ability to be issued what is called an indigent kit. And what would be included in the indigent kit essentially is every week they would be able to go meet a sergeant that works at the prison, sign their name to a list, and receive a kit that had some stamped envelopes, writing paper, a safety pin, and some hygiene that looked like, you know, the little travel hygiene that they would give you. And the deodorant was hitting on nothing, because I have to be honest with you, there were times in the beginning of my bid when I didn't have anything. There were times when I didn't understand how to hustle in there. There were times when my family didn't have it. I wasn't in prison because I was rich and we had it all. No, I was out there taking risks because I didn't know any better and we lacked certain things, at least in my mind, that mattered. Anyways, I'll do another post, but I've dealt with that personally, and I know individuals on the inside that were indigent for years and years, and in some cases their entire term of incarceration. I was fortunate enough to get a job. Things got better for my family on the outside, and eventually support came back my way, so I didn't have that concern. But I will tell you, those guys, they had the hardest times in prison. And it was oftentimes just like in the streets that those that were indigent, didn't have any support, etc., would sometimes cause issues, rob, and do other things in there. Not everybody, I want to be clear, but sometimes, because hunger will drive a man to do some things. And can you imagine never having access to commissary, only being able to eat what's out of the chow hall? You have no options, and they don't even give you enough out of there in the first place, and half of that stuff isn't edible. You will find yourself taking risks in there. I'm not saying again that this is the thing to do. I'm just telling you what happens. At the end of the day, we're not glorifying prison. We're just educating as always, because people need to know.
Go ahead and shoot me a like and a sub. We'll have fun on the next one.